What's up, everyone? Father here, back once again with another exciting backyard baseball video. It's been a little while. Had a lot going on in real life. Moved at least partway across the country, and until pretty recently didn't have my computer set up or any ability to record these things. So needed a little bit of a break, but back at it with our side season here. We had a pretty good game last time out. Scored 29 runs to improve to 4-0 on the season so far. And we're about to have the second of three rematches to start off our season here. So we're traveling to play at the Wombats, whatever their home field is in this case. Did pretty well against them our first time out, but would like to do even better. So here's our Orioles squad, and this was the Wombats team, again, one that we've already played before, so no real spoilers here, but just to refresh myself and you, the viewer, since it's been a while since I played this team the first time. There's kind of a solid all-around team, some pretty good defenders, Vogel behind the plate, Miss Sally Dobbs at first base, Larry Walker is pretty much a stud at shortstop, and some decent speed and etc. in the outfield as well. Angelique Harding probably comes into pitch for Jerry Mahoney most of the time there, and strong arm Jim Kiley at third base. So solid all-around defense for these Wombats. Only a few real threats at the plate. I say that. About four of them. Marcellus, somewhat Jim, and then Sally, Larry a little bit further down. But yeah, we'll see how this thing goes. This is our squad once again. Horse in left field, Petra Chekhov in center, Amir Khan playing right field, Ahmed Khan at first base, Brad Bender at second base, Kyle Ripken Jr. at shortstop, Davey Marion at third base, Andy Bronson, the kind of joke, much better Randy Johnson on the mound, and then Raul Mondesi behind the plate. Batting order, same as it has been as well, just trying to get as many of these power hitters, as many at-bats as we can, and hiding Brad Bender at ninth in the batting order. And he is our one allowed power-up user if we do get any batting power-ups. And I think that was about it, so we'll get right into this one. Of course, as the away team, we'll get one extra set of at-bats in general. And I'll start things off with Andy Bronson here at Playground Commons. Andy does not get all of that one, but thanks to that closed stance, he had the defense pretty well shifted out of alignment. And that's going to give him time to come in for, I think, just a triple, unless this throw really bounces away from Vogel. It does not. But a leadoff triple to start things off for Andy. So runner on base for Ahmed Khan. Takes a first pitch hook for a strike. Thought it was pretty low in the strike zone, and it was. Ahmed, I think it's all that one though on a closed power swing. It does clear the fence in center field. Pretty tough task there. The center field fence is a long ways away and pretty high in the air, but Ahmed clobbered that hook on the outside part of the strike zone. 483-foot, 2-run homer. Love to see that from Ahmed. Nice early 2-0 lead here for the Orioles. Bringing up Raul, who's batting .823 so far. Also gets a nice pitch to hit, but does not damage the ball quite like Ahmed did. Pop up towards center field, and it is caught by, I think it's Gail Weinman in that center field. Basically a Stephanie Morgan clone. Petra got a little greedy, shifting to open stance there. Or I got greedy, shifting her to an open stance there. And then a weak ground ball. Larry does eventually figure out how to field it successfully, but it bounces off of Sally Dobbs at first, so Petra is in with a single. Sometimes you just gotta make contact, and occasionally good things happen. Well, same idea here with the mirror. Not quite so lucky, as a pretty easy play on the ground ball to Jerry. Gets Petra slowly going towards second. But at least Amir has reached first safely, so no double play. And brings up Davy Marion with runner on first, 2 outs. Takes first pitch for a ball. Whiffs pretty badly at a second pitch. In the strike zone, but pretty low in it. One I think was going to be in the strike zone. It's a kind of soft liner towards Larry. Larry makes the play, so first 2 runners of the inning scored, but no real damage after that. We'll head to the bottom of the first, still up 2-0, and Andy Bronson still on the mound for us. Reese Worthington at the plate for these Wombats. Way back in the early days of our backyard baseball league, I had Reese Worthington on my team at this very field. He probably hit right about 307 for me as well. And goes down on strikes for the Wombats here. Not truly the worst player, but has some negative qualities that make him pretty difficult to really use successfully. Gal Wyman's more of a solid all-around type, but is just going to hit a soft grounder right back to Andy, who easily makes the play over at first. And we're glad to not have any runners on facing Marcellus Marks here. Always a threat to just randomly knock the heck out of a baseball. Takes first pitch hook for a strike, and whiffs hard at a second pitch hook, so well before it actually reached the strike zone. Try to challenge him low and inside with a fastball. He does make contact, and our fielders do not do much of anything with it. Sneaks past Davey into the outfield for a single. So runner on first. Jim Kiley now at the plate. Marcellus is probably going to try to steal here. I'm going to try to throw him out if he does. And the relay from Rawl to Andy to Cal is in time. We catch Marcellus stealing. So effectively set the side down in order in that first inning. And lead things off for us here in the top of the second with Cal Ripken. Takes the first pitch for a strike. And take the second pitch. Oh, it is low for a ball. Just a little bit off in my height evaluation of the strike zone. It's a tough task. Cal crushes that liner towards center field. I mean, moderately relative for the crushing, but hit the ball really hard. About where Andy got his triple to start things off, and I think, yeah, definitely going to get Cal there for a triple. I'm even going to try to send him home. We're not going to make it home. But, whoa, we do get there safely on a triple, and the ball does not quite bounce out of play. And with Jim Kiley playing third, I was not going to try to test his arm trying to sneak home, but a leadoff triple once again, this time by Cal. Brings up Horace Young, who copies Ahmed and rips a home run. Nice line drive homer down the left field line. Got a good pitch towards the, basically right down the middle of the strike zone. And that was all he needed to smack that one into left field. past the swing sets and slide, and 331 feet. Gets us up to a 4-0 lead. Nobody out and nobody on, and Brad Bender at the plate. Brad gets a pretty good pitch to hit, but fouls it back from a squared stance there. And takes the second pitch for a ball well inside. Pitch number 3. Ooh, is a pretty nasty hook from Jerry that catches the low inside part of the strike zone. It's definitely a strike, but Brad fouls it off just to stay alive at 1-2. Brad's batting .466 for us. I feel like a lot of that was from his power-up usage, but it's alright. He is not able to beat the ball to the bag there and is retired for out number 1 on a little trickler back to the pitcher. That'll have the bases clear for Andy Bronson back at the top of our order. Still swinging power with Andy here as he's going to take the first pitch for a ball, second pitch definitely in the strike zone but pretty high up there. So I took it, and that makes the count 1-1. Pitch number 3 brings us to 2-1. Low and inside. Gets a good pitch to hit on a 2-1 count, but the deep center field of Playground Commons does hold it in, but no catch is made out there in center. So truly an error, but in backyard baseball terms, that's just a straight up double. So double for Andy. Brings up Ahmed Khan. Gets a pitch about the same spot as last time. Doesn't quite get the launch angle that we were looking for there for another homer. But it's definitely extra bases and looks like a triple. Unless that throw goes really bad here. Nope. Nice triple from Ahmed. Scores Andy. And keeps things moving along for Mr. Mondesi here. So 1 out. And runner on third for Raul. Takes first pitch on the inside part of the strike zone for a strike. And that's going to do it for Jerry Mahoney to start things off here after he's given up his 5 runs. Marcellus Marks comes in to pitch. Pretty good swing and location from Raul there, but a nice diving catch by Larry Walker at short. Robs him of a base hit and holds Ahmed on third base. Brings up Miss Petrochekhov with her cheeky little single earlier on in this one. Takes first pitch for a ball here and then whiffs at a high and outside fastball for a strike. Takes the third pitch pretty well low and inside to go to 2-1. Takes outside to go to 3-1. And with the mirror after her, we're pretty happy to take a walk if I offered it, but given a good pitch to hit, we're happy to try to clobber it towards right, and she does. Clears the fence in right field for a 2-run home run. Third 2-run home run of the day so far. Falling right about in the middle of Ahmed's distance and Horace's distance. Gives us a 7-0 lead now. And clears the bases with 2 outs and Amir Khan at the plate. I'm going to stick with power with Amir as well, just because I like to have as many chances as possible to practice my timing on these dang power swings. That one's not exactly what we're looking for. A little soft grounder, essentially, towards Larry. With some sprinting, we might have got Amir there, but we'll take our third out and move on to the bottom of the second here. Jim Kiley leading things off for Wombats after we caught Marcellus stealing at the end of our first inning. Kiley goes to 0-2 off of a couple hooks. Andy comes low and inside with some heat, and Jim swings right through it for strike 3. Andy's second strikeout here in this one. Ends up Angelique Harding and her .09 batting average, 0.90, aka not a very good batting average. She is much more known for her pitching and defense than her offensive abilities. As for whatever reason, I've been throwing hooks instead of just lobbing some slow balls in. We get her with a third pitch slow ball for the strikeout, though. Some back-to-back strikeouts and a one contact batter now at the plate in Sally Dobbs. Of course, that one contact comes with pretty fearsome power bat if she does get a hold of the ball. She whiffs to start things off on a right hook, whiffs once again on a left hook, and continuing our pitch mix with a low and inside fastball. Does just barely make contact with it to not strike out, but a very easy play for Andy there, and the side is quickly retired. Back to us now in the top of the third. Still 7-0 lead, and Davey Marion at the plate. Takes that first pitch, does catch the high and inside part of the strike zone. Pretty annoying spot to try to hit the ball. That was a much better spot to try to hit the ball, but Davey just with a high pop-up almost right on third base, but it was Marcellus coming over from the pitcher's mound to make the catch. Retire Davey. Lost where my mouse cursor was there. I don't think I would have swung at that pitch anyways, but strike one to Cal Ripken, and then, ooh, that one does miss just below the strike zone. So 1-1 for Cal. Tripled that last inning. Puts a good swing on the ball, and it just barely clears Kiley at third. Relay in from Reese to Larry, who covered out towards left field pretty well. It's definitely too fast for Cal to try to advance further than first base. So a single for him, and brings back up Horace, who of course homered his last time up. Sorry about the game audio here. I don't really know why that happens. Looks like it fixed itself once again, as Horace has fallen behind 0-2. Fouls a pitch off to stay alive in this at-bat. I don't think it's worth trying to send a Cal here, so I'm not going to, as Marcellus misses well inside with that slow ball for first ball of the at-bat. And that's going to strike out Horace on a pitch low, but in the strike zone. So looks like we're not going to get any runs on the board this inning unless Brad Bender manages to pull something out here. Marcellus does miss low with his first pitch, so 1-0. Just grounds that one back to Marcellus, who makes a throw over to Sally Dobbs and retires us. So just the single from Cal and no other damage for us Orioles in that inning, but that's alright. We'll be back at the top of our order with Andy Bronson in the fourth, and hope to put the Wombats away here. We do have Larry Walker batting leadoff for them, so we are picking at the corners as much as possible. Andy and his deceiving height, he actually is as tall as you can be in backyard baseball, is able to make a catch on that pop fly that looked like it might have given us trouble without his height. Little ground ball from Vogel right back to Andy. Makes it 2 quick outs. And brings up Jerry Mahoney at the bottom of this Wombats order. Jerry swings right through a first pitch slow ball towards the middle of the strike zone and fouls off a second pitch slow ball towards the middle of the strike zone. We'll go ahead and try for a strikeout here, a low and inside left hook. Jerry's got no chance at that one, and he is retired for Andy's 4th strikeout of the game. Andy already only a homer and a single away from a cycle in this one. Let's try to get him that homer here. On a first pitch from Marcellus that is too high even for Andy, so ball 1. Pitch number 2 does just catch the inside part of the strike zone. Not the kind of thing I would like to swing at, though. Neither was pitch number 3, but luckily it did just barely miss inside to bring us to 2-1. Pitch was a little lower than I would have liked, but I think Andy got all that one anyways. He did. Just barely clears the wood fence in left center. Not going to be much to speak of from a distance perspective after clanking off the fence in the background. So it is our shortest home run of the game, but 287 feet for Andy, and is now just missing a single to pick up cycle for this one. The only way that probably won't happen is if he just hits another homer or other very strong hit. Ahmed's actually on the right track as well, already has a homer and a triple in this one. And rips one towards right center that looks like we might be able to squeak a double out of it. No. Good throw in from Gale, and was not going to test Larry going from short to second on the short distance that is. It's just a long single for Ahmed off the right center fence, but leaves him just needing a double to finish off his cycle. Brings up Mr. Mondesi, who's 0 for 2 so far, and takes his first pitch for a strike. Second pitch way below the strike zone for a ball. Would have been a wild pitch in real life, I think, giving Ahmed a chance to move up, but alas. Misses again way outside for ball 2. Rawl hits that one hard on the ground, but gonna sneak through the hole and give Ahmed just enough time to advance to second. So, solid single for Rawl there. Split the left side of the infield. Has 2 runners on base and no outs for Petra. Take that slow ball well outside for first pitch ball. Looking for another homer from Petra here. Not quite on a little bouncing grounder. Everyone does reach base safely, though. Nobody was really there to field it. By the time Angelique got to the ball, I think she might have actually been able to throw out Petra at first, but tried to hold the lead runner at third instead. So everyone's safe, and Amir Khan is at the plate. Wrong brother there. And has bases loaded with no outs. And a first pitch and second pitch thrown for balls. So 2-0 for Amir. Walking in a run is totally fine by me. Figured that one was a strike, but a little too far inside even for Amir there, in my opinion. That one, yuck. Right on the bottom edge of the strike zone. No chance to really damage the ball. There we go. Grand salami for Amir Khan. Marcellus is pitching him so careful and then just lobs it right down the middle, and Amir is not going to let that opportunity go to waste. 4 RBIs on that grand slam from Amir Khan. Brings us up to 12-0 on that 375 footer towards left field. Love the home run music for both of the Khan brothers. Gotta listen to the whole thing, of course. Love Davey Marion coming up now with nobody on base. Air just cleared them all off. Marcellus Marks is got to be struggling out there on the mound, but stays in there and throws a nice fastball low in the strike zone. But yeah, the Wombats switch immediately after that, bring in Jerry Mahoney back on the mound. Davey trying power as well. I just don't quite have the power with him, I feel like. Pops out to Reese, unfortunately, for our first out of the inning. Bring up Cal Ripken and cause immediate pitching change again for the Wombats. Angelique Harding now on the mound. Pretty wicked hook there from Angelique. Cal makes contact, but a weak ground ball that Angelique and her strong arm can handle pretty easily. So out number 2, and Horace Young at the plate. Takes just a bit low and maybe just a bit outside for ball 1 on that hook. Angelique's got some pretty nasty hooks. Yeah, I have no idea where they're going. A lot of break on those things. Morris gets a pretty good pitch to hit there, but pops it towards deep second, and it is fielded successfully by, I believe it's Jerry Mahoney that ended up at second base after, with the way that the Wombats pivoted through their pitchers. Back up at the top of the order here now for the Wombats. So Reese Worthington is that batter. So not like a perfect game or anything, but no batter has stayed on base against Andy despite the hit by Marcellus earlier on. So facing the fewest number of batters possible, I guess I should say. As Reese was retired, Gail Weinman now at the plate. Fouls off the first hook, puts the second one into fair territory, but easily fielded by Andy for out number 2, and bringing back around Marcellus Marks, who I assume is still pretty dang tired. Hits the ball real hard, but right back at Andy, who, no fear, just throws a glove right at the ball and makes the catch. It's about as smooth as you can get on a ball hit pretty dang hard right back at him. Brad Bender leading things off for us here in the, what inning is it? Top of the 5th. Interesting contact, but Sally fielded it too well over at first for Brad to sneak anything out there. Thought we might get away with it, but not quite, not quite. So 1 out for Andy here, who clobbers the ball, but too far foul. Got ahead of it. Go to 0-1 in the at-bat. But we do take the second pitch for a ball to go to 1-1. That one pretty high in the strike zone, but pretty easily a strike for someone with Andy's height. Angelique then misses inside, so Andy has worked it to a 2-2 count. But gets called for strike 3 on the fastball on the inside part of the strike zone. So for now, holding Andy's attempts for a cycle at bay. Thanks to some good pitching from Angelique there. Ahmed Khan steps in, trying to get that cycle of his own, but oof, Nasty low and inside strike from Angelique there. That one pretty easy for Ahmed to swing at. Almost bounces off of Reese for a double. We actually could have made it to second to Jim's throw. Too tough for Mahoney to handle, but we will accept just reaching base with Ahmed in that situation. And have Mr. Mondesi come back up to the plate. We're going to give him a shot with the line drive swing this time out. Whew. Nasty high fastball from Angelique that we were not at all prepared for. Strike one. Marl's ready for that one, and it does squeak by Larry at shortstop. And thanks to a bad first throw from Gale in center, we even sneak Ahmed all the way to third. Went from first to third on a single. Angelique's pitch looks outside. Vogel is going to make a throw to second, but Rawls slides in under the tag. I thought that ball was there in time to get him out, but I thought we had that one with Petra. A little pop up towards Angelique, who does in fact make the catch. That was a nice pitch to clobber, I thought, but yeah, just an out, a really high out to end our no runs there in the top of the fifth. Andy's dominance on the mound is continuing though, with a quick first out of Jim Kiley, bringing up the pitcher Angelique. Ooh, makes better contact than I was expecting, and looks like that one's going to sneak in for actually a pretty solid hit. Angelique actually ended up getting too greedy though. Started trying to advance to third. And by the time she is able to retreat to second, we already have the ball there. Despite a drop by Brad Bender, we do get Angelique. She had a good hit there. It fell in between Cal and Petra, trying to converge in shallow left center. This one looks like trouble from Sally though. Samir makes a really good throw to second, but he does not quite pull it out. So a double from Sally and our first permanent base runner of the game, I suspect. If Sally tries to steal third here, I would be pretty surprised. Strike one on Larry Walker with a left hook, followed up with a low and away, right hook. And he lays down a bunt that Andy has pretty much no trouble with. Interesting decision there from Larry, but we'll take it. Try to decide and start things off with Ahmed Khan for us here in the top of the sixth. Sorry, Amir Khan. I did that to him twice now. He hit a little pop-up, but I think it's going to fall in the catcher error zone this time. So technically a single for Amir. Bounces off poor Vogel's head. Brings up the 0 for 3 Davy Marion. Makes good line drive contact there, but light right at Larry Walker. Makes a throw to second to get Amir, get the lead runner, but plenty of time for Davey to reach first and at least technically get his first hit of the ball game. Cal Ripken up next. I had sent Davey on a steal, but I thought that was a perfect pitch to hit for Cal. He made solid contact, but Larry went went back towards the left and made the catch. Not sure if Reese would have gotten there or not if Larry had not been there to make the catch. So 2 outs now on the top of the 6th, and running out of chances to put anything else on the board with Brad Bender up after Horace here. And we fall behind 0-2. Still trying to send Davey on a steal if I ever don't swing at a pitch. Yeah, I like that one. I think Davey would have been safe even on a clean tag, but with Jerry fumbling the ball at second, sliding in successfully is Davey. And I think we're actually going to pull off... No, not another run. Actually, yes, we had just enough time with a little bit of a flub from Jerry at second to run Davey all the way around on that single from Horace. No chance on a steal there for Horace, but that's alright. Brad takes the pitch anyways for a ball. He's going to take that slow-mo also for a ball that looks more like it was thrown at his head than anything else. So 2-0 for Brad. Could we go to 3-0? Yes. That slow-mo also misses just a bit high and inside. Definitely not swinging at this pitch, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Love that for Brad Bender. We fought our way back into it in this inning. A 2-out rally has allowed Andy Bronson to come back up to the plate. Sally Dobbs now on the mound, so Angelique moves over to first. Sally rockets in a fastball, but well below the strike zone. Andy hits that ball well. Come on, Brad. Yes! Nope. Get back, Horace. Everyone's safe, and Brad Bender picks up his single to complete his cycle. Can Ahmed Khan pick up a double to get his cycle? Or just crush a grand slam would also be great. I would be okay with that. Fouls off the first pitch, though. So 2 outs. 0-1 the count for Ahmed. Ooh, that was the pitch! Right down the middle from Sally. Ahmed hits it hard, but foul. Pitch number 3 at least was a pretty obvious ball inside of the strike zone. And that was definitely a strike. Had to swing at it. But a tough pitch to hit, low and inside, and Ahmed goes down on strikes. Good job by Sally to limit the damage there. So despite loading the bases with 2 outs and accomplishing our cycle with Andy Bronson, we only pick up 1 additional run there in the top of the 6th. So 13 runs for us Orioles. Let's see if we can stop the Wombats here. Vogel trying to stay alive after falling behind 0-2 on many slow balls. Puts a pretty good swing on the ball, and can Petra get there in center? Can Cal go out and help her? No. About the same thing as with Angelique earlier. And we're going to have to work to get this ball in. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a grand inside the park homer for Vogel. It is. Stupid. I really should shift Petra off of center field, but I'm not going to. And that's okay. Mahoney is going to pop up to Andy. Nice good catch there, shoestring catch. Wombats have twice now exploited the weakness of that left center field area where Cal can't quite get to the ball, and then he and Petra end up kind of just fighting for it, running out towards center field once it does get past both of them initially. So Cal got to the ball, but not before Vogel had plenty of time to start running around the bases. Dang run allowed. Poor Andy. Could have had a complete game shutout to go with his cycle, but have to settle for at least one more strikeout, so 5 on the game. Facing Gale Weinman. Pretty dang good efficiency for Andy in this one. As long as he can make this play, finishes with just 41 pitches through his 6 innings, including those 5 strikeouts. As the Orioles do defeat the White Wombats by a score of 13-1. Pretty easy player of the game to Andy Bronson, in my opinion at least. Could also make an argument for Amir with his grand slam. And for Brad Bender with his walk, keeping that inning alive, giving us a chance at our cycles. But ultimately just Andy there. Anyways, that will do it for me. Should have another game in about a week as well, where we will be having our rematch with the dang Yankees for game number 6. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.